Dude, this is slop, and it works so well. American soldiers are dying so that you can have free speech. Brr, brr, brr. Also, I read somewhere on the Reddit that Mutahar actually basically nuked his whole account and is keeping it inactive, preventing impersonation exclusively because Twitter got too racist for him. It's like, dog, you literally court racists, for the record. Like, what do you mean? I wanted to see if he's talked about Palestine at all. This Israeli company is spying on everyone. Twitch is a disgustingly evil platform. 1 million views.
Tells me
38-minute video. 1 million views. To be fair, Asmongold's being banned might have been a blessing considering bro finally cleaned his house, which is finally what happens when Discord mods run a multi-million-dollar app. I usually avoid these issues and don't take sides because I'm not knowledgeable on the topic, only to immediately proceed labeling people knowledgeable on the subject and speaking out against genocide, polarized extremists. Wait, is his audience dunking on him for this? This isn't about Hasan. Problem is Hasan is the farthest thing from knowledgeable on the subject. There is a reason why he won't debate Destiny. He'll eat him alive. That's so awesome. Mutahar trying to both sides an active genocide will never not be funny to me. Dude, just shut the fuck up. Making fun of veterans is just unjustly invaded nations at the behest of an empire is incomparable to an idiotic slop content creator. Asmongold's the worst kind of slop as he barely makes any creative content of his own. Making an incentive sweeping generalization about victims of genocide. It literally said the Palestinians came from an inferior culture. No dog whistle, no insinuations. I like how he's talking about the U.S. military like he isn't Canadian. Your ramble at the end was really based. I agree. All this hateful content really slowly affects you and just makes you more callous and disappointed in the world. On streams, I've maintained this is a conflict that shouldn't exist. With the death toll rising and innocents displaced, I would hope this conflict ends at some point before the end of my life. This is how most people treat this complex situation. We don't like seeing dead children. If you asked me on the stream, you'd hear these exact words relayed back at you. If you want to see change, write to your MP and ask them to discuss this on your behalf. 2/25/2024. The complexity and the nuance of daily baby murder. It's too complex. It's too nuanced. Genocide is too complex and nuanced to have an opinion on. You know what's not too complex and nuanced to have an opinion on, though? Talking and besmirching people who actually do talk about the genocide and saying that Twitch is inconsistent and bad and using Islamophobic piece of shit like Destiny and Dan Saltman's website to do such a thing. These are the same people, by the way, who fucking despise, okay? Remember, these are the same people who despise these like mass brigading campaigns. These are the same people who love free speech. These are the same people who hate when people engage in this SJW style conquest to get people deplatformed. You know? The centrist guys using a fucking Willie Mac video as a source to say Hasan is out of his depth is also pretty funny, or not knowledgeable on issues is also pretty funny, especially considering that the person who you're using as a source to compile these fucking videos literally does not know a single goddamn thing about Israel, Palestine, Gaza, or any number of different issues. It's drama slop compounded on top of drama slop. Oh, he says at the end of the video he's done with drama content. This is not drama content. This is actively signaling to deplatform a content creator who you're too cowardly to fucking have a genuine opinion on in terms of like the issues that he speaks of. Okay? You don't want to say anything about Gaza. You're too scared. Okay? And I understand that. I'll be very charitable to brown content creators who get harassed endlessly, especially if they're Muslim too, Because I understand the space is inherently hostile. I watched it. Muda said Anne Frank is incomparable to the Houthi kid because Anne Frank died. That's an insane thing. They're both teenagers who experienced a genocide. You have an issue with that if you either A, don't believe that the famine that Yemen was placed under is real, that they were just not experiencing that at all, or you just think that like brown people can't experience genocide. Now, it's additionally weird when it's a Muslim brown guy who feels that way. It just like shocks me to my core. He's Indian, so yeah, okay. What, you think Indians don't get fucking an endless amount of smoke from racists online? What are we talking about? They're like the #1 primary target of white supremacists, especially online. That's the reason why he had to fucking bail on his fucking Twitter account. He's Indian and Muslim. He's getting double fucked. This, I think, is really fucking cowardly though. Okay? Because, like, say it with your chest. Say that you actually like what Israel is doing then, or say it's defensible. You know, if that's truly what you believe, you could be that guy. Be that guy. Or say what Israel is doing is indefensible. Don't do this. This is lame as fuck. Hitting it from this silly ass, like, I'm a centrist. Both sides are saying crazy stuff. You know, and everybody needs to be fucking banned or whatever is ridiculous. It's my least favorite characteristic of a lot of these like drama orbiters. They don't have any sort of like real political convictions. It's very, very, very annoying. But I do see that even his own fan base was like, the fuck are you talking about? Mutahar trying to both sides an act of genocide. It makes me happy to see that there are people in his chat who are like, what are you doing? As a Libyan man, I call bullshit. You are insane if you really think you're helping anyone by invading and killing innocent people. Calling it they're fighting for freedom is just wild. And either I lived in Libya before your freedom came. Man would die to bring that back. What? Saying the military is taking a bullet for the people, especially in the United States, is just plain wrong. To be taking a bullet for the people, your end goal would be to defend them against some force that initiated an attack, while most of your conflicts in the USA takes part in the world. On the initiator side or this. Dude, everyone's shitting on his take. Even on the veteran shit. No way Muta just said that anti-Zionism can be equated with anti-Semitism.
Badmouth the people that take a bullet for your freedoms every single day. The most outrageous shit you'll ever hear. Like,
dude, this is slop and it works so well. American soldiers are dying so that you can have free speech. Brr, brr, brr. You don't, how dare you badmouth the American veterans, I say, as a Canadian.
downright, just hateful rhetoric. Now, obviously, the people who are in the military were like, whoa, we're getting that Camaro. I have never in a million years met somebody, and I've met plenty of friends, friends who are actually active military, people that are retired military at this point. They've done their careers. People that have played video games who've told me about their stories. Never once have I ever heard people jump into the army for that free, juicy Camaro. Ooh.
Wait, dog, you're Canadian. Why are you talking about this? Wait, is he fucking saying that like Americans are not victim to the poverty draft and the predatory nature that recruiters operate in? And it's actually because they have this profound sense of duty to what? Secure a poppy field in Afghanistan so that the CIA can continue having black budget operation funds? Is that... You don't understand, brother. When I went down there to the Karengal Valley, okay, and an IED exploded under my Humvee, and because we didn't have armor under the bottom of it for IEDs in the first round of conflict, I knew that I lost my legs specifically so that Americans could fucking have free speech. Like, what do you mean? None of those motherfuckers know what America is or what free speech is. Like, God, YouTubers and their understanding of the world is so infantile. It's like a child that watched a Hollywood movie and think like, no, that's what it is. It's not, because American career prospects are dire and plenty of people are trying to escape horrifying conditions, whether it be homelessness, whether it be drug use and abuse at home, and that the military is seen as the only way they can get some sort of upward social mobility. And this is, of course, outside of the people that go through the officers program or come from long-standing family, military families, because there's like 3 different brackets in the American military across the board in the most reductive ways possible I could describe it. And it's people that are victim to the poverty draft, people that want to become fucking Pete Buttigieg and go through the officers program, and inevitably go into office, and also people that come from military families, okay? Like career, professional military families, okay? The large chunk of the base of the grunts that get their dicks blown off by a fucking sniper rifle while they are, protecting a poppy field or, I don't know, bullying some pedophile warlords or some shit, those guys are actually a part of the grunt branch that is escaping poverty, or at least they think they're escaping poverty because the fucking recruiters are lying to them. That is the Camaro wing of the American military. Okay? Those guys think falsely that if they go through basic training and then they get out of basic training and they put their time in the military and they go out and tour, okay? Maybe they'll be able to come back and not have their brain fucking fried and go get a communications degree and enter the shitty ass job market that we all have entered at the same fucking time. I know these people. I love these people. Many of them are in my community, okay? I've grown up with these people. It seems like Mutahar has not, and he's just making up a false reality that he saw on TV. Oh my God. There are plenty of them who are fucking active duty right now that are still in this community. They know it sucks dick. They know it's shit. They know it's an awful fucking job. They also think they have no other options, and maybe this is what will pay for college. And then also they'll get health care. Little do they know, you either get health care, you get 100% coverage if you're the luckiest person ever, or if you're the unluckiest person ever. But that's besides the point. I'm not even going to get into all of that. Problem is, when you're a fucking YouTube IT guy that talks about Linux most of the time, and you fucking dip your little toes into the dangerous, treacherous waters of political commentary, you're going to come across like a fucking moron. What do you mean? And I will admit, like, I think he's decent when it comes to some random Reddit post about some tech issue that he covers fairly well, I assume. But this is not something that he knows at all. So why the fuck did he do this? Well, I'll tell you why he did this. Because he got 1 million fucking views.
Hello,
it's
guys.
a controversial thing that got him 1 million fucking views. No More Google Chrome gets him 300,000 views. Talking about drama slop tuber shit. Talking about global conflict from the perspective of a drama slop tuber, that gets him 1 million fucking views. See, YouTube drama. I'm very disappointed in Marcus Brownlee. 1 million views. That's it.
Maybe the student loans, and as somebody that, at the time, financially speaking, I needed money for school, I probably would have joined the Canadian Air Force, out of a patriotic duty, but also because, you sign a bond with them, you work in the military, you get your school paid for, good schooling, and that's kind of how things, go. It's a deal you end up making. I think a lot of people that join the military who are these cogs in the machine that you'd be so willing to say, yeah, I hope you get PTSD if you're not, this reformed person that, has to bend the knee constantly because of your service to your country. Yeah, I think those people are usually in the military out of necessity or, at some point they need a career. They need to join something. And the military is a great provider of it. The military also produces a lot of those same technologies you use to stream your nonsense garbage on the internet. They do a lot more than just this imperialism that she, likes to throw around.
The imperialism that she likes to throw around? Bro, what the fuck? Oh my God. It's just a word that people throw around. I will never investigate what it actually means, okay? Do you understand? Because I have the full knowledge that my audience doesn't know what the fuck it means either. It's something that the woke left libtards actually throw around, so it must be silly and inconsequential. Please do not dive into the academic literature behind what that term means. Because if you do, you might understand that it's not just a fucking word that someone is throwing around. And in fact, exactly what America is doing. Also, I like the subtle notion that like the internet is because of DARPA, so imperialism is fine. You know what I mean? That's not all the military does. They also invent stuff. Okay, sick. How about you invent stuff and don't do the other bad shit then?
There is very valid criticisms you can make of the U.S. military, but I think going after the cogs in the machine, the people that are the grunts, the foot soldiers, is just insane. This kind of rhetoric doesn't really bring anyone together. If anything, all it does is just sow more discord and, sow more issues amongst people who are already facing a lot of issues right now, people who are already so divided. This kind of rhetoric doesn't really, portray anything. She might think this is based, but at the end of the day, it's just literally cowardice.
Why? Yeah, no, it's cowardish behavior for hijabi Lebanese person to come out against genocide and then be endlessly harassed for that position and not framing her position well enough in terms of veterans. So let's do a fucking relentless pile on.
Behavior that you're displaying from the internet. You're not
He literally says the same thing you said. Lol libs.
Really actually providing any solution. You're just sitting over there wishing that.
Yeah, she still has a Twitter account, by the way. Mutahar doesn't. I'm just saying. Mutahar is like, oh no, I'm one of the good ones, I promise. Hey guys, I'm one of the good ones. Like I'm not like a bad Muslim like she is. You know what I mean? I have all these differences in opinion, and I'm you know. Why did he lose his Twitter? He didn't lose his Twitter. He left Twitter because they're fucking insanely racist on Twitter.
Donald Trump's decision to nominate Fox News host Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense in his second term has sparked controversy. A military veteran and staunch supporter of Trump's America First agenda, Hegseth is known for his outspoken criticism of what he describes as the military's woke culture and for challenging traditionally held military norms. He played a pivotal role in 2019 by advocating for Trump to intervene in 3 high profile war crime cases, a move that divided the military and fueled debate over executive power and accountability. If confirmed, Hegseth will oversee 1.3 million active duty service members and shape US military strategy during a time of global uncertainty. His past involvement in defending service members accused of war crimes raises questions about how his leadership might affect military discipline and judicial independence. During Trump's first term, Hegseth actively pushed for pardons for Army Lieutenant Clint Lawrence and Army Major Matthew, as well as support for Navy SEAL Edward Gallagher. All 3 faced charges or convictions for alleged war crimes in Iraq and Afghanistan.
People who literally fight for your freedoms every day would get probably the worst post-traumatic stress disorder or mental illnesses because
Dude. Come on.
of their service. I mean, honestly, if you were a serviceman and you heard this shit, I would actually understand if you probably regretted your service afterwards, or if you actually
You should, by the way. You should. It's healthy. And many do, as a matter of fact. People who are right-wing still fucking regret their service, oftentimes. It's 100% a healthy fucking attitude to have. What do you mean? I stand by that. I think that it's understandable that you look at that and you look at the experiences that you got from that process, recognize that it changed you in a pretty meaningful way, and then work against that to ensure that other people don't actually fall into the same fucking traps that you did. Dude, like, what is this fucking commentary? What is this goddamn commentary? The American military was not deployed into Iraq so that, you know, Americans could retain their fucking free speech. What the fuck? Even the biggest chuds within the veterans, within the crop of like veteran influencers will laugh at that notion, I think. Like that is, you have to be extra stupid to be like, yeah, no, you don't understand. We went out there, brother. we were knocking down doors in fucking Baghdad so that we could defend America's free speech. Or America's freedoms, okay? That 14-year-old Iraqi child that was scared shitless when I busted into his room, let me tell you something. He was looking at American freedoms funny, okay? He was! That's right! He was looking at our freedoms funny. When are you going to be a normal human, Law? Do you ever be a normal human? No. He talks like he just saw the second tower go down a minute ago. Yeah, I know. I also love the notion that, once again, we invaded Afghanistan and Iraq for 9/11. Not Saudi Arabia, which I'm not saying we should have invaded Saudi Arabia, but like, you know, how interesting. 17 of the 19 hijackers are Saudi. They were funded by the Saudi family. We invaded Afghanistan and we invaded Iraq.
actually question your patriotism. If these are the actual, you know, people that you're fighting for, the people that you're, you know, hoping live their freedoms, right? In the manner that they've become so accustomed to and, you know, literally taken for granted. It's just hateful shit that she's spouting, and realistically it just comes from this very one-sided view of the army, or really your country. You know, it feels like a lot of the extreme leftists on the internet have literally just amounted to their policy being America bad, and realistically...
Mutahar slid into my DMs one time because he said he gets shit on for having a white wife.
Never really looking at any of these things from a nuanced perspective. On a side note, I also love how these people talk about getting universal health care for people, which is genuinely a cool thing to see people actually, you know, live and not be indebted to the medical industry of the United States because they happen to get sick or go through something serious. No, your medical rights are only really present as long as you share your political views with us. I mean, how fucking backwards.
I don't think that's what Frogan believes. I don't think that's what anybody believes, really. I mean, universality means like even if you're a fucking Nazi, you get that actually. And I do believe that. Frogan is harassed by these loos like almost every week, and her country was getting bombed like 2 days ago until a recent ceasefire. I know.
Out of touch bullshit is this when you got to hear it, right? It's like, I hope you get PTSD and I hope America doesn't pay for your medical stuff. I mean, they're military people. If you had any basic understanding, they probably have earned.
Mike believes it all. He says you're too nice. No, I am uncompromising in my values. And I do like that he said universal healthcare. These people defend universal healthcare, but don't want veterans to get it. And that's pretty funny because like, if you recognize that they, defend universal healthcare, I think you should understand that on principle alone, you're recognizing that they want everybody to get healthcare. That's what universal means.
Their medical protections because of the service that they've offered. Just insane stuff to see.
Now, as a matter of fact, if universal healthcare was a thing, poverty draft would not be as effective, which is part of the reason why it still exists. Upward social mobility can only happen with educational attainment. If free college existed and universal healthcare existed, it will be a lot less likely for people to fucking join the military. A lot of those grunts that we were just talking about, they probably wouldn't join the military. Why the fuck would you?
Now, will Twitch ban this person for, their obvious, obvious hateful conduct on the site? Probably not. They're just walking around.
They did. And also you're demanding, they did, but also you're demanding someone get banned. You're demanding a content creator get banned. I thought these guys love free speech. Turns out, I guess there's limitations to free speech. It just doesn't extend in the opposite direction. I doubt that he would be making a YouTube video about fucking neo-Nazis that must be banned,
Around completely free. It's insane shit.
These guys hate cancel culture, but then also simultaneously love deploying it. Love deploying it against people that, their group of friends despise. Let me see. How many? So, let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. Cancel culture. I got canceled over this video. Twitter is horrible. Netflix should be canceled. Sorry, just killed Concord within 2 weeks. Game Grumps cancellation. Genghis Khan is finally canceled. So he's written a decent bit about cancel culture and cancellations in the past. I just want to see, what is this? Addressing some controversy. Maybe this is maybe he's talking about this one. He's talking about Palestine in this. Twitch is a disgustingly evil platform. I'm not going to say that that's a pro-Palestinian video. Are there any, why does it say Palestine on the Mr. Beast cease and desist? He's using the Palestine tag for clicks? I doubt it. It's a bad day for video games. Canada is destroying the internet. Yeah, ordinary slop. Yeah, maybe he made a lot of pro-Palestine videos, but he privated them after because they were too,
It's a laissez-faire attitude. Now, obviously, after some backlash, this complete dipshit comes out and goes, I realize that wishing people harm isn't the best way to talk about these issues. Really? Really?
No, the best way to talk about these issues is be a fucking coward and never say anything about it and then shit on people who are talking about these issues when other people are logging through every little thing that they say so they can find an angle of attack.
Wow! And these people are supposed to be the fucking intellectual bastions on the internet. Really? Okay. This is very recent. Like, it's like content over. They got some pretty big sponsors right over here and saying stuff. So if you look at the actual tier list, you can see that Arab streamers S. Hasan Piker, funny. The Turkish guy is on the Arab list. All right. Then you've got AB, the actual Arabs. And then of course on the F tier, this is where it gets interesting. You've got Ethan Klein and Ben Shapipo.
Dude, this is so desperate to be like, me thinks this is anti-Semitism, sweetie. Like if you look at the actual fucking tier list, like Ben Shapiro is very famously anti-Arab, okay? Ethan Klein, not as famously, okay? If you look at the actual tier list, there are friends of, Frogan and many others on the fucking tier list.
Love Sabra. Now, Sabra apparently in their eyes is like they're referring to like a brand of hummus that exists in Israel.
It exists in America. I don't even know if it exists in Israel. I mean, I assume it exists in Israel as well. It's in occupied territory. It funds the IDF. But also, besides that, it's been a long-standing part of BDS efforts. But having said that, yes, it is a substitute for not being Arab coded, not being valid in the Arab community. Okay? It is akin to a bunch of black content creators making a tier list, okay? And on the A tier putting being valid, okay? And on the F tier putting raisins in fucking potato salad. Something that is as far, like who was invited to the cookout tier list, okay? And at the top of that are people who are invited to the cookout, the most valid people, right? And on the bottom are, depending on the range of, I guess, anti-black sentiment that they demonstrate, the tier list bottom would be listed as F tier, raisins and potato salad. That's it. They would clearly say that be anti-white racism, yeah, and everyone would fucking laugh at them. The only difference in this circumstance is that anti-Semitism is a real bigotry. So you get more mileage when you fucking cynically smear people as anti-Semites, because anti-Semitism is a real valid bigotry. Anti-white racism, no matter how much certain white identitarians online cry about it, it does not read by normal people as a real fucking valid bigotry.
That is basically
Yeah, and then you'd put fucking Candace Owens in the bottom of the F tier in that situation.
in part of a boycott. Now, Sabra also translates to Israeli Jew or Jew born in Israel. So realistically, you know, if we're gonna use the terminology that these people politically like to use, this is what we consider a dog whistle, okay? Because
Yeah, dude. That's what they were implying on doing, which, by the way, I didn't fucking know either, for the record. And Frogan says she didn't know either. I believe her. There's one of the tier list makers is Jewish himself, but, you know, that's besides the point, that he must be a self-hating Jew, right?
in reality, this is what they're actually going for. I mean, the thumbnail that
It also was loves Sabra. Loves Sabra. It grammatically does not make sense if it was loves Jewish person born in Israel.
I showed you, and again,
I wonder if it's loves Sabra hummus or if it's loves Jewish person born in Israel.
and these are the same people that judged me based on the thumbnail that I used for like the Keffels video. So to give you a quick idea to understand, putting two Jews in the F tier kind of gives you an idea of like where they're at.
It's giving anti-Semitism, sweetie. It's kind of funny to have this kind of take when like every single one of these like centrist fence-sitting try-hard fucking drama slop content creators are so firmly planted in the edgy boy spectrum, so firmly planted in the edgiest side of the internet, who routinely rail against cancel culture, routinely championing being free speech warriors, and actually in many instances will look at like real fucking racist shit and be like, people are misunderstanding my racist friend Himmler Groiper 1488 when he said, when he said that like white people are superior, he was simply talking about something different. He wasn't being serious. Oh, it's just a joke, lol. But then they're like, actually, Sabra, according to this Wikipedia page, means Jewish person born in Israel. So, it's giving anti-Semitism, sweetie.
Arab being at the top, Jew being at the bottom, okay? See,
Arab and Jew is not different designations. There is literally an Arab Jew on the fucking panel. Oh my God. There is an Arab Jewish person who was banned in this process. Arab and Jew as a designation is created by Israel. That is Israel's classification, okay? Because Israel is a fascist country with racist demographic concerns. So they have slotted out people of Jewish background, both ethnically and religiously, as a specific subsect of society, and claim that Arabs are those, regardless if they come from the same countries or not, Arabs are those who are not of the Jewish faith. Okay? This is not an Arab Jew classification. Notice how you had to go through different hoops to be like, yeah, this very obvious thing, the Sabra hummus, love Sabra hummus in this tier list to determine whether someone is valid and Arab coded is actually racist and anti-Semitic. Notice how you had to jump through 11 different fucking hoops because that's not what the intention was. And that's not what anybody actually thought it was. It was a goddamn Twitch-approved panel at TwitchCon months ago.
I can look at this and immediately understand that this is most definitely designed to be...
He literally laughed that you were top of the list. This is so-called Arabs at the top, Jewish people at the bottom. I know. That's the most Reddit thing you can do. Remember, it's a very Reddit thing. You land on a faulty premise, and then you add on, and you start cracking jokes off of that faulty premise. Like, oh, these idiots don't even understand. Like, Hasan is not even an Arab. He's Turkish. It's like, yeah, maybe that should cause you to re-examine your perspective, you know? No, I will not be doing that. I'm just going to be a smug fucking dipshit and cynically behave as though it actually was secretly a dog whistle to be fucking anti-Semitic. This is what is so goddamn frustrating about this process too, because there are a shit ton of out and about anti-Semites out there. They do not see any reason to try and dog whistle. Or if they do dog whistle, they don't dog whistle around Israel, okay? They dog whistle by saying, ooh, I'm noticing how many Jews are in positions of power. That type of shit, okay? That's what a fucking real dog whistle is. I know this because I combat and target anti-Semitism historically for the past 10 fucking years while you guys spend all that time hanging out with fucking neo-Nazis online and getting chummy with them. That's the difference!
Representative Richie Torres, a staunch defender of Israel's war on Gaza, recently urged Twitch, the Amazon-owned platform, to investigate one of its most prominent political creators, Hasan Piker. In a letter obtained by NBC News, Torres alleged that several of Piker's criticism contained anti-Semitic rhetoric. The letter included links to clips in which Piker expresses support for Palestinians and critiques Israeli leaders, including Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The videos shared by Rishi Torres were out of context and showed Hasan supporting Palestinian people and criticizing Israel. He was not criticizing Jewish people. Many Israel supporters, including Richie Torres, love conflating anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism to protect Israel's image. If you found this video interesting, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and thanks for watching.